is going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today and another day. Eagles signed Jimmy Moreland yesterday. I thought that was a really good signing. It's really an underrated sign because Jimmy Moreland has a lot of starting experience. 2020, if you guys saw, he did pick off Carson Wentz in that first game. Gets watched, and after I made that video about, we were up 17-0 and totally blew that game. My bad. So Jimmy Moreland, I think he was out 3 games last year for the Texans. I think he was on injured reserve at the end of 2020, I think, and missed a few games in 2021. But he went off waivers, and the Eagles did pick him up, which was great. And this is a veteran guy you're getting here. He's 27 years old. You're getting a veteran. You're getting a veteran player that could play nickel. You could put him outside, but he's mostly a nickel guy. So will there actually be a movement in the secondary? Do you think they put Avonte Maddox at safety, maybe move Jimmy Moreland in that nickel spot? Because he can handle it, because I think he's a really good, serviceable role player that can play really well. I mean, I think this is the guy that has the most starting experience out of the whole entire group behind Bradbury, Slay, and Avonte Maddox right now, between all the guys that are in the room right now. And obviously because of the past, few years with the virus and stuff like that, we didn't really have those, those off-season workouts, those team workouts. We had a lot of virtual stuff going on. So a lot of these guys didn't have a chance. Tate Gowan never really had an off-season with the Eagles because of he was traded during the season, in the Zach Ertz trade. Zach McPherson going into his second year. You have Mario Goodrich is undrafted from Clemson that he's trying to, they paid him a lot of money and to see if he can maybe, be a stint at that outside corner spot, maybe nickel, maybe safety, who knows. I would say they move some of these guys around. Josh Jobe, the corner from Alabama, could play corner and safety, had foot surgery in December. It didn't play in the SEC championship game because of that. Vincent, Kerry Vincent Jr., there's a lot of depth. Mac McCain, there's a lot of depth at this cornerback position right now. And I got to say, I think it's probably going to be one of the most exciting spots to see. I know that we signed Bradbury and it's great, but I think knowing what we have behind it and seeing who can rise to the top would be a fantastic thing to see. It'd be nice to get another corner in the building here that it could be here. Just say if somebody, kind of surprises us and maybe, there will be something, maybe there will be something soon with him. So, I mean, we'll see. It just depends. But much love to everybody that's in here right now. Thank you so much. It is Tuesday. Not much on the Eagles front. Probably going to have a couple videos out probably tomorrow, by tonight into tomorrow, probably, But what's going on, Weapon X, NFL Eagles? What's going on, man? How you doing, bro? Does the man, the myth, legend, Beggo? What's going on, Dubs? T Barry, what's going on, man? Who that dude? What's going on, dude? Wombat, what's going on, man? Dave says, Joey, sup, bro? Hope all is good your way at the Lamborghini dealership working. Stay safe. Oh, I thought you were getting a Lamborghini. I was like, damn, bro, you want to send one over here? Dude, that's awesome. That's probably cool being around those cars all day. Yeah, it's all about the depth, dude. I think the rest of what this offseason is going to do, do I see them trading for Jesse Bates? No. Do I see them going after Chuck Clark? Maybe only because with Jalen Reagor having that much interest from the Ravens, I feel like it could happen. I think that's most likely what's going to happen. So we'll see. Little Dallas, I say, hey, bro, good trade stuff. Appreciate it, Little Dallas Cowboys. Thank you so much. You go, sup, Joey? What's going on, bro? Killer Gross says, Joey, how's your day? It's going good, man. It's going good. Really, you look at this whole team right now, a really good offseason from the Philadelphia Eagles, and you end up getting Hassan Reddick, you end up getting Kaiser White, you added Nakobe Dean in the 3rd round, you got the future center of the Philadelphia Eagles and Cam Jurgens. I mean, you trade for AJ Brown. I mean, they made a lot of moves, and a lot of moves that we needed so badly. For some of these positions, I mean, I don't really see them going. I mean, as of right now, I mean, maybe they're in the mix to get a safety, but it wouldn't really doubt me if they stayed put where they were and just really use this young talent and kind of have them, I mean, I think there's, room down the road if they want to add another safety, if they want to trade for one, if they want to make something last second before the season starts and they want to get something done, that's sure. But I think you need to know what you have in this room behind all these guys. You know what I mean? So I totally get it. Jalen Brooks says, yo, what's going on, man? Hope things are good on the end. If you get a chance, take a look at Jalen Hurts' throwing motion. It seems different. Yeah, I did see the video. I saw the slow motion video of it. Yeah, it looks really good, man. It looks really good. Now I want to see it with live action. I mean, I want to see it live action now. So I want to see it when he's getting, when the pocket's collapsing, and that's where it's gonna come into content. So we'll see. Yo, Hot Rod, what's going on, man? Dave says, nah, bro, starting up new equipment is cool, but it's another car because I can't afford one. Cars are not cheap. Dave says, always look forward to the podcast. Thank you so much, David. The Dallas Cowboys, a monster offseason. You're right, man. Damn, I wish we could do that. With the Cowboys, it's going to be interesting. And it was a down offseason for the Cowboys and the draft this year. I don't think it was a fantastic draft for the Cowboys. A lot of players that need more polish, but I think offensively, I think they take a step back. Couple offensive linemen gone. Jason Tolbert, see what he could do. Ezekiel Elliott's making $18 million, and it's can he get back to 1,000-yard season? And that defense, I think the defense for the Cowboys is still going to be good this year, regardless. But Killer Ghost said we are going to be on fire this year. I'm hoping, man. It's all up to Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni, Shane Steichen, and Jonathan Gannon at the end of the day. So Fernando says this summer is about to feel so long. I know it's going to be a long, long summer. Kieloff says, who do you have more confidence in, Shane Steichen or Jonathan Gannon? I'd probably say Shane Steichen. I think Shane will fix his mistakes from last year. I mean, just because with Jonathan Gannon, he's got a lot of new pieces right now. And, the excuse last year for him, that which he said at a press conference was, that he didn't have the right players for the scheme that he wanted. So now he's got the players for it. I mean, from what I thought he was going to get, I didn't think he was going to have this much, So, yo, Jason, what's going on, man? What's good, Joey? The man who brings the fire. Let's go. What's going on, Jace? Adler says, is it possible we're trying Moreland at safety? He's a really good tackler. They could, or they could move Maddox to that spot because Maddox has had a lot of he's had success in that spot. I think his rookie year he played that spot. I think that's when, I don't know if Ronnie McLeod was hurt at the time and they moved him there. I think he had a pick, too, on top of it. I think Maddox can play that position. And I said that meant we could get rid of Rager. I'd rather get Clark instead of Bates. Yeah, well, Clark will be a lot cheaper. $4.6 million cap hit for the year. I think because of the Ravens having interest in Jalen Rager, I think that definitely helps. Jay says, Cowboys suck, pause, all about them. They just hope the Birds make it week 1 healthy. Hope we have the roster intact and ready to go. Yeah, that's going to be another thing is hoping this roster is healthy because that's going to be the big difference. We can go over the schedule and say the Eagles are going to win a lot of games, but if these guys end up getting hurt, then it's going to be a big problem. That's if Hurts does keep QB1, I think we will do team-friendly deal to keep money down to be dynasty. I don't know how much he's going to want. If it's going to be $40 to $45 million a year, I'm not really sure. I don't know what it's going to cost for him. I mean, who knows? Jalen Hurts might say, enough money is enough money, and he might actually take maybe less money, but still a lot of money, just so the Eagles have more wiggle room to make more moves down the road. Because look, at the end of the day, it's really like, if Hurts works out, just say he takes like a pay cut, type deal. I mean, A.J. Brown's only a cap hit of $8.3 million next year on his new deal. I mean, that's it. You know what I mean? Like Fletch is going to be gone. Hargrave is a re-sign candidate, which they could save money with him. The cap should be a lot higher next year between the owners on the total cap number. So it should go up next year. The Eagles should have some money, but let me tell you guys, the more you draft well, the more cap you're going to have for the future. So that's what it's all about. Leon says, I really want Bates, but wouldn't be mad if I kept the roster as it is. God develop these young guys. No, I totally get it, man. Like if they don't want to trade for Bates and they think it's going to be too much, I wouldn't mind, just see what you have, man. I mean, I understand, like, if you have an empty spot, everyone wants to go to a free agent immediately. Like, everyone's like, go to a free agent, sign a free agent right now. We got to see what we have back there. Mitch, I think Clark would be better risk than Bates, almost like what we did with Malcolm Jenkins. Yeah, I totally get it, man. I totally get it. He's going to cost a lot, though. Well, Malcolm Jenkins, I think, was a free agent at the time. That's the difference. And, he hasn't signed – Bates hasn't signed a franchise tag. He's not going to. and is going to be looking for a trade most likely. He's liked some Eagle stuff on Twitter. He's showing that he wants to be here. He knows the Eagles need a safety very badly. So, we'll see what happens, man. It's going to cost you, you have Dillard, a nice trade candidate, because they need more offensive line help. And it might cost you a second-round pick to go get him. You know what I mean? So, but just think of it like this. Howie's going to look at it like this. If he trades for Bates and gives up a second-round pick, he's going to think of it as, this is a need that we needed, for next year. You know what I mean? So, if safety is on their draft boards for next year, or that's a position they definitely think they're going to be going after next year, then you trade for Jesse Bates and you give away a second-round pick. If Hurts works out, you have 2 first-round picks to do whatever the hell you want with. If James Bradberry, will be a compensatory pick regardless. If they let him go and sign another corner, he will be a compensatory pick. And as high as a 3rd-round pick for next year, so they get another pick for next year if they don't re-sign Bradberry. So we'll see. Andrew said with Bradberry and ex-Washington corner name escapes me. So yeah, Josh. The hell was his name? Jimmy Moreland. Sorry, Jimmy Moreland. I almost forgot to. I almost said Josh Hammond. I almost got him confused with the other guy they signed at wide receiver. Yeah. So Jimmy Moreland's got a lot of starting experience, guys. Jimmy Moreland is not like some nobody. Like he actually will play well if used the right way. Like Jimmy Moreland will be very productive. His tackling is A+. He could play multiple positions in the secondary. He play outside and inside, but you'd like him on the inside a little bit more. We don't really have any backup nickel corners behind Avonte Maddox. As far as we know right now, we do not. So, Rock, what's going on, man? Rowan says, hey, Joe, did you see Andy Reid endorsing Hurts on the interview? Yeah, I saw that. He thinks Hurts is going to do well. I hope so, man. If Andy Reid sees it, hopefully everyone else can see it too. I hope so, man. I really do. I want this kid to work out. I really want this kid to work out really badly. I'll be rooting for him, but I'm going to be very critical this year. So I'll be very critical. Like says, Hurts the type that take a team-friendly deal. That's how I kind of feel that way too. I kind of feel like he still wants to get paid because he might say like, enough money is enough money for me. And, and he might help this team, and try to get to the top and help them with the cap space. You know what I mean? So Tyler says, just got off work. Want to say, what's up, Joey? Can't wait for the season. Dude, Tyler, I'm excited too, man. I'm pumped. Aaron said, what up? What's the length of deal for Clark have right now? How long would the Eagles be locked if they trade for him? I think it's 2 years. I think he's got 2 years left, and his cap hit's really not bad. It's like $4.6 million, something like that. Yo, show enough. What's going on, bro? Shuk says, with how bad the defensive line was last season, I feel like Gannon thought that blitzing press coverage wasn't feasible. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to move these corners back 8 to 10 yards off the line and always, do that. It's not really a picket fence defense, but, try not to give up the big play, and I totally understand that, but I don't think he trusts any of these corners on press coverage. I mean, Bradberry's a press coverage corner. Slay is a press coverage corner. But you can play these guys in that soft zone coverage too, which I really didn't like last year. So I hope they don't do as much of that, which I know they're going to. But something's got to work out here. They got to have the players for it. I think now they have the linebackers for certain situations like that, whether it's 4-3-3-4 or 5-2. You never know at this point what they're going to do. So, what next? He said there's a thing called making too many moves. Yo, Trey, what's going on, man? Kilgore said this year, Slay's last year is a current contract, or is it? Yeah, next year's is last year. Next year, 2023 is Slay's last year as a Philadelphia Eagles. So, did we sign Jurgens to his rookie contract yet? I mean, they must have, man. I mean, they must have. I mean, he's practicing and doing all these things with the team, so I wouldn't really be worried about that. I know it hasn't been official yet. Jay says, I don't think we need a safety. Let's see how Epps and the young guys do. Yeah, I mean, look, I think the Eagles have a lot of time right now. I think there are certain people out there, like maybe Jesse Bates or something, that they're going to say, okay, well, there's going to be a lot of time till we can make a decision to trade for him. So let's see what these young guys could do. Reid Blankenship at safety as well. It's another body undrafted. I think you got to move some of these corners. I think your cornerback room is a lot of guys in there right now. I think you can start moving some guys around, whether you want to put some guys at safety. I think there'll be some candidates for that. So I would try them out. I mean, you got a lot of time to try these guys out in different spots if that's what you want to do. Mitch says Eagles should run a lot of I formation like we did in the 2000. Yeah, I agree. I would love to do that. Gudu said, when was the last time Cincinnati traded their stars? That's not happened. I mean, they could. They could. If he's not happy, if Jesse Bates ain't happy to be there, and he's at this point, I forgot what date it is, but there is a date where he, I think it's somewhat of a contract thing. I forgot what it is, but I think there's a good chance that he's going to be gone. Jordan Davis, what's going on, Jordan Davis? He says Andy Reid endorsed Jalen Hurts. I saw that, yeah. Jock said, hey, Joe, I'm spending my lunch with you. What's going on, Jock? Hope you're having a good lunch, man. Mitch says, I hope Hurts works out with Russell Wilson one day because it makes sense. George says, Joey, do you think Eagles resign Hargrave, Kaiser White, and Bradbury? Bradbury, not sure. I don't think so. Kaiser White, I think it's just a prove-it deal, and if he plays pretty well, then yeah, I would think so. Hargrave, I think, is definitely going to get re-signed next year. I have a feeling because depending on what Milton Williams does in his second year, I think you're going to save like $13 million with an extension for Hargrave. So I think Hargrave will be extended. That's probably 100% guaranteed. And if he doesn't, I'll be kind of shocked. But this is an 8 to 9 sack guy that last year, and obviously started getting double teamed after week 5, 6 of the season because they saw that he was more of a threat than Fletcher Cox. And I think that's what happened. Ryan said, I just done my job interview today. I hope I get the job. Dude, I'm praying for you, man. I'm praying for you, Ryan. Hope you get it. Rich said, Matt Ryan gets hurt. Nick Foles leads it close to a playoff victory. Wentz head will explode. Dude, get your popcorn ready. It's going to be fun to watch. Yo, Trent, what's going on? Jade said, Hurts is the best. Being a team player will do anything he can for the team. I totally agree with that. Jamal says, what's up, Joey Shakes? Hurts works out. We're going to have 2 first-rounders to play with on this already stacked roster. That's what I'm saying, man. You got 2 first-rounders next year. Do whatever the hell you want with. Bridgie says, Washington is Wentz's last chance of being a starting. I think so. I think this is it. If Carson Wentz can't get anything right with Washington, and, I don't think he's going to get them to a Super Bowl or at least an NFC Championship regardless. I mean, I don't think it's going to happen anyway. I think he'll play well this year. I think he's got a very good stacked offense right now, but I don't think he gets them further than that. Maybe a 7-8 win team, maybe this year, if that's the case. You know what I mean? With the good offense that he has around him. But I think after, if he doesn't work out in Washington, I think he'll be a backup quarterback maybe the rest of his career if he wants to stay that way. So Mitch says Slay might have to go next year. Ray says June 1st is fast approaching. Yeah, June 1st, we have to watch out for some moves. A lot of guys are going to get released off teams. So we'll find out. John Doe said it's all on Hurts on offense and the play calling on defense. We have the pieces. They just got to get it done. Now that's the second part of this whole thing is making sure these coaches put these players in the right positions to win football games. That's what we're going to be looking at. Killer Ghost says, who do you feel is under the most pressure proof this year? Dak, Wentz, Jones, or Hurts? I mean, I think Jones does because he's on a contract year this year. I mean, they didn't trade back any picks, and they don't have 2 first-round picks next year. Jones, I mean, Hurts is definitely on. I think a lot of pressure's on him, but I don't think the pressure affects him that much. Wentz, I mean, just to stay as a quarterback, yeah. I mean, if he doesn't play bad and stays healthy, maybe he can get it done. But I think there's pressure on all these quarterbacks this year. I mean, Dak can't even get past the first round of the playoffs. Past 2 times they were there. You know what I mean? So it's just, you know what I mean? I think all these quarterbacks have pressure in the NFC East. I think the whole NFC East has pressure with the quarterbacks because I don't think anyone's really, there's nothing promising about any of these guys right now, until they actually play this year. WebNX says, don't count Howie out when it comes to midseason trades. Oh, yeah, the week 9 trade deadline is something else. The Eagles love to be involved. I want to see what the Eagles do at the trade deadline. Since this is a new era in Philadelphia, Howie Roseman's taking control of this full roster right now. I want to see what he does by that time. I'm thinking Minshew. I'm thinking Dillard. If they don't trade any of these guys now, Minshew, Dillard, Rager, who knows? You know what I mean? They might trade. Maybe they'll trade Fletcher during the season. I mean, who knows? You never know what could happen. You never know what happened. Shuk said, my favorite player from Epps was when they made that crazy interception against Washington in 2020. I totally forgot. T-Berry says, it's crazy that Peter King ranked us 9 power rankings. I think it's possible we could be if everything works out. Yeah, I'd like that. I like that. I think they're like the 6. I would say 6, 7, to be honest with you. I think they actually have more of a chance at 6 and 7 than actually being number 9. Fucking Eagle says, how realistic is it that it would only cost a second for Bates? I mean, I think it's realistic. I mean, look, if Howie trades for Jesse Bates and we give up absolutely like nothing even close to it, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it could cost a second round pick. If second round for Bates straight up, I would do it. I would do it. If putting in Dillard would maybe lessen that pick a little bit and maybe make it a third and a fourth or something like that, maybe 2 picks, I'd probably do it, maybe. Yo, Joe, what's going on, man? Padilla says, what's up, Joey? Happy Taco Tuesday. Got to have tacos today, guys. Mitch says, Wentz might be ran out of the league soon, sadly. Probably will. Sam Howell will take the job by week 4. Ed also said, Wentz got fired, then Colts hire Foles. Best smack in the face for fun. His head is going to be his downfall. I totally agree with that, man. Roland said, we need the Saints to go 0-17. D-Hart says, July 15th, debates. All right, July 15th is the date for that. Okay, I get it. Jay Funk, do we have anyone that may be released in June? I don't know who they're going to release. They might not be releasing anybody. I don't think they're releasing Rager. I think Rager they're going to try to trade him. I don't think they're releasing him. Dillard, I don't even know if they save money by releasing Dillard, so I'm not sure. I have to look at that, so I'm not really sure 100% on that. Colin says, hey, Joey, what's going on, man? So listen, I don't think we're getting Bates if we did Dillard and a 23 third. I would do that in a heartbeat. Dillard and a 23 third, I would definitely do that. Yes, I agree. Philly says, I like to see Kavon start. Yeah, Kavon is definitely going to be interesting. This is a guy, it really isn't never on the field because he's always injured, but at the same time with Kavon Wallace, he's all talk, no play, guys. Like, I was excited for that pick, man. I was really excited for Kavon Wallace, but he showed himself to be some Brian Dawkins wannabe. Like, he tried to market himself as if he was going to explode, but maybe we'll see something. I don't know. I don't have much faith in him right now. But we'll see. Killer says, what do you think about Murray and his failed contract negotiations? I think he'll get signed. I think it's just going to take, it's still early in the offseason right now with, no OTAs yet or training camp. I think doing time he'll get one. Or they're going to say, look, we'll get, we want you to play on the last year of your deal and that's it. Otherwise we're going to have an issue. So Jose says, Joey, who's going to be the leader of this defense? What player is going to stand out? I think the Kobe Dean's going to stand out. I think he's going to keep all these guys accountable. Brandon Graham's definitely another voice on this team for the defensive line. I think you have a few guys right now. So we'll see. Taylor or White starting? I think White is going to be starting a lot. I think he's going to be starting a lot. This was a guy, Kaiser White was a guy that the Eagles didn't think they were going to get in free agency at all. They said that they didn't think they had a chance to even get him. Okay, he was on the radar since day one. Surprisingly, Kaiser White didn't want to go back to the Chargers. The Chargers tried to re-sign him. So it's very interesting. Mitch is not a big fan of Kavon. Me neither. I'm not either. Shuk says, I like to see what Covey can do on punt returns. Yeah, I want to see him on kick returns more than punt returns. But Dallas Cowboys says, dude, I wish my dad heard me right now. I farted so loud. He was proud. Always out farts me. Robodex says, I think Carson's going to have a career year. I think he's going to have a good year this year. I think Carson had a good year last year, but he choked at the end of the season. That's pretty much what it is after that Jaguars game. The last couple games, he barely even threw like 40%. It was pretty bad. They kind of strayed away. Jonathan Taylor was the face of that offense for the Colts last year. So one of the best running backs. Eagles fan, if Hurts doesn't pan out, who would be your number one pick for next year? I don't even know. I haven't even, Bryce Young's like the only guy I really know that I've seen play. That's really the only guy I know right now. Brian Burns says, so Joey, even if we don't pick up a starting safety, who are backups after Epps, Wallace, and Harris? I don't even know who else is behind there. Reid Blankenship, the undrafted guy. Other than that, I don't really know who else is back there. That's why I feel like if they keep Epps there and Harris, and so one of them gets hurt, there's really nothing behind it. You know what I mean? Kavon Wallace is not going to be promising for me. So I feel like they're going to move some guys around. We have a big corner room right now. See what Josh Jobe could do. See what Goodrich could do at safety. See what you might find somebody back there that is going to be a star. You never know what you're going to get. So I would really try to, I would give it a shot. Put somebody else in that position. If you got too many corners, try moving them around a little bit. Have them play corner in training camp and OTAs and preseason and have them play safety. Have them play both. Mitch says, Dean, brothers football, he will be a good leader. It says, not big, come on. I'm seriously sorry. That was insensitive. You're good. Georgia Boy said, I don't see a Bates thing happening. Bengals rarely make trades. You see Ravens releasing Chuck Clark. They signed Williams and drafted Hamilton. Yeah, I understand, but I think, them having interest in Rager is a big deal to me because I think they could take advantage of that trade for Rager and try to get for a Chuck Clark at the same time. So Flag on Eagles says, would you say the starting linebackers will be Dean and White? Yeah, I think so. Hassan Reddick's going to move from Sam linebacker as well. Depends on the front. Depends on the 4-3, 3-4, 5-2, whatever they want to do. I think you can have three of those guys on there. So we'll see. DR says, you and 500 do a great job all year. I appreciate it so much, man. He appreciates it too, man. Thank you so much. Flu says, Quez or Pascal, Davis or Cox. Quez over Pascal. Davis, I would put over Cox right now because I think he's going to do really well out the gate. I think he's going to do really well. The rest said, I think Filion needs to bake a cake and send it to Howie also with an apology card because he did this thing this year. Look, at the end of the day, like, Howie Roseman has made me happy, but I'm not going to, look, I'm not saying apology, but I'm going to say this. He did a fantastic job the past 2 seasons. Okay, now it's all about this coaching staff getting this roster together. Could this be a Super Bowl contender by next year if Hurts works out? I don't know. But I feel like Howie Roseman, like one more offseason, one more draft, and we'll see. Look, if I see us having 13 wins this year, let me tell you, Howie Roseman's going to get a big thank you from me, 100%, because that guy totally, with all the rumors that went around about Howie Roseman and, Jeffrey Lurie kind of stepping back since the Sirianni hire, all those rumors that did happen. I mean, look, I don't think it's an apology. I think it's more of I'm appreciative of what he did the past couple of years, and I think by next year, if I see us this roster goes farther and beyond. And I understand that Howie's not coaching these guys, but at the same time, I want to make sure that he, wants to make sure Nakobe Dean is going to be a beast, that he will be that he was a top 17, top 14 to 17 talent in this draft. I want to make sure of that. So I think apology will happen soon. If we play well, I think it will. Mitch Johnson, they don't want Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. I'd rather have the Eagles pick up a pocket QB who can still move if Hurts don't work out. Joe says Hurts will pan out. Shuk says, I wonder how many times we see A.J. Brown play in the slot this season. I mean, I think depending on matchups, they could move some guys around. Like we know that Sirianni likes to move the receivers all over the place, not just being at one position on the receiver core, but moving all over the place at the X, Y, and Z. So we'll see. John says Eagles weakness, quarterback, safety, running back. Why is running back a weakness? I don't get it. Why is running back a weakness? Tavares said, I think you and Philly Honor need to bake a cake and send to Howie. Brian said, I'd pick CJ Stroud. Tyler said, I like the Boston. I like Trey Boston at safety for depth competition. He's cheap. Yeah, I mean, we haven't signed him yet, so I don't know if they're even going to add. I mean, look, add another body. Trey Boston's a vet as of right now, so I mean, just bring him in. Just add another body. Add as many bodies as you can to safety, man, or cornerback. I mean, I think the corner room is crowded right now. I would add more. You got to add more bodies to safety. I would just add him as a body. He's going to be dirt cheap. And, have him try out, see what he could do this offseason against the other guys. So we'll see. I think competition's wide open. There might be that one player that walks in here and could be better than Marcus Epps, and you got somebody that's going to be ready. Robert Epps says, the rosters have been improved, offense and defense. How it's up, Sirianni and Gannon. John Doe said, I wish we could trade Rager and draft pick for Jameson Williams to Detroit if we could. I'm sure Detroit ain't going for that, though. So Sylvester Buzz says, I think Unify Heart needs the big cake. Philly says, any shot Eagles, Dean or Davis get defensive? I could. I mean, I think Dean could. I think Dean could definitely get it. I mean, we'll see, man. These guys haven't hit the field yet, so you got to be like, you got to take a step back, John says, running back is the weakness this team because I feel it isn't just the best one in Eagles history. It's the best one for running blocking in NFL history. It just depends on guys staying healthy, like Miles Sanders. I think, you're looking for your starting guys. I mean, with Jason Huntley, he's probably not going to have a chance because we never really give him a chance too often. I think he's a great running back. You have Boston Scott, Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell. I think your fourth running back right now is going to be Kennedy Brooks from Oklahoma. I think that's going to be your bruiser back. And I actually like Kennedy Brooks a lot. I think he's really good. I think he runs a 4.59, whatever it is, but he's very patient, runs through the tackles. He's a power back. That's what he is. I think Kenny Brooks is going to be a good player. We'll see. I mean, I think if they don't think Kenny Brooks is going to be anything, I think Jordan Howard will still be out there for them to sign on a 1-year deal if that's what they want to do. So I would check that out. Mentioned watch Anthony Harris and Fletcher Cox both have breakouts this year. I mean, look, Anthony Harris on another contract year on a 1-year deal, Fletcher Cox on a contract year. I mean, he probably knows he's not going to be here next year. So, Brian, I can't wait to see Wentz handle the pass rush with our linebacker coming and our sticks cornerbacks. Taylor Walker, Devon says, it's funny how Wallace is always thinking about how the fans don't like him, but he forgets he was a lot of people's favorite pick that year. And he was. I was a big fan of that pick, even PFF, which I don't follow PFF that much, but that year it was like one of the most high-graded picks out of the whole draft. Jamar Howard, JD said he had a lot of plans, with the defense. I mean, I hope so. I mean, yeah, I would hope so. And better have a lot of plans this defense to how much talent you have on here now. Joe said, we don't need to apologize for him not doing this job. Shuk says, I want Hurts to pan out because imagine how sad it would be to get rid of him and we just got his best friend on the team. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a business, man. Like, there's obviously risk with A.J. Brown coming here because he's thinking to himself, well, if Hurts doesn't prove himself, I'm going to be stuck here. And it's a business, bro. Like, it is what it is. They're not going to get rid of, they're not going to get rid of A.J. Brown, or A.J. Brown's not going to call for a trade. I mean, he's getting paid $25 a year, $25 million a year. So, I mean, at this point, you really don't have a say in anything. You're getting paid a lot of money. So, the Dallas Cowboys said, if Hurts doesn't work out, you'll draft a QB like you drafted this year. Damn. Yeah, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck because you're gonna have to waste those 2 first-round picks. Because the Eagles, if they play well, it's gonna be hard for us to get a quarterback next year because we're gonna have to move up a lot and give away a lot of picks. And I hope it doesn't happen. The art says here. Jalen says, hot take, Boston Scott is better than Sanders. If they use him correctly, I still don't think they use Boston Scott the right way. I think with Gain, I like how they use Gainwell when they put him as they put him in the slot, and they use him as a wide receiver. I think that's great too. But Miles Sanders can be used as a wide receiver as well. They could put him in the slot. Like what Doug did with Miles Sanders in 2019, his rookie year. I thought he played really well. But they're not using him to his full potential, I don't think. Much as Bryce Young is the best QB in this next draft. Sean says, who do you think will lead the team in receiving yards this year? I think it's receiving yards. I think it's going to be Devontae Smith, but I think AJ Brown's he could. They both could have close to 1,000 yards. They can both be 1,000-yard receivers this year. You know what I mean? So, Jock says, what the hell is Matt Leo doing? Ryan Rowe, what's going on, man? Angelo says the only thing that can hurt us Hurts injuries or bad coaches not utilizing our talent. T. Berry says, I get the QB is an important position, but people surrounding him is what I think is more important. Just look at the 49ers. Jimmy G is okay, but the team around him is stacked. I totally agree with that. Well, Dallas Cowboys, if Hurts doesn't work out, you'll draft the QB next year. The ability you drafted guys, you're damn. Yeepa says, how's it going? What's going on, man? Gandalf says, fixing to head to work. Thanks for the great live streams. Roll Tide. Thank you so much, man. I hope you enjoy your day at work. The Art says, we have to let it play out with Howie. Big Mel says we could use Jordan. We could really use Jordan Howard. We could. Coach says, is running back Jason Huntley still on the run? Yeah, he's still here, but I just don't think he's going to have a chance. I don't think he's actually going to have a chance. I wish. I think Jason Huntley's good. Like, I think when we got him from Detroit, I thought he was great. And plus, when we got him from Detroit a couple years ago, he had a really good offseason with Detroit. The problem is just he's got too much competition from him. Maybe, I know the Eagles, I want them to have some type of bruiser back this year. That's the only problem because I know that fourth spot's wide open, but I think they're saving it for Kennedy Brooks or a Jordan Howard possible return. So, Flag and Eagle says, is there any options at safety that we could possibly trade for other than Clark and Bates? I don't even know if there's anything out there. So I'm not sure. Joe says, I think Vox retire. Aaron says, was Jimmy Moreland worth it? Yeah. That guy's he's the most experienced corner that we have. Other than our starters, he's the most experienced corner we have in our room right now. And he's starter quality. He can actually start. He's serviceable. Like, he's a nice role player for your defense when it's well built around him. I think Jimmy Moreland's going to be pretty productive. I'm excited. I think they got a steal with Jimmy Moreland off waivers. I think that was a perfect pick for them. No joke. Perfect player for them. Eagles fan, I heard it. Eagles may have leave Dickerson at guard and put Jurgens in the Kelsey spot after this year. Is that right? Well, yeah, that's the whole point of drafting Cam Jurgens because he's that player was handpicked by Kelsey and Roseman. He was handpicked by Roseman and by Kelsey. So yeah. I mean, Cam Jurgens, I think this year is going to try to compete for that right guard spot with Jack Driscoll. I think they're going to try to get him. I mean, you have to give him some playing time this year. I think he should. So, yo, George, what's going on, man? How you doing, bro? Adolfo says, still sad about Brooks, or at least he's not going to out like Peter's respect to both, bro. Oh, yeah, definitely, dude. Like the problem with him is that he just never stayed healthy, man. And after he got hurt in that 49ers game, the home opener, I was like, this guy, I said if he got hurt again, I'd be done. I mean, I'd be totally done with him. So it was hard, man. It was hard to watch that. Mitch says Hurts a 4,000-yard passer. I don't think so. I think 3,600 yards is probably. I mean, look, he could. I mean, look, for what he has, he can. But at the same time, you got the run ability of Jalen Hurts, so he's going to run. He might have 10 touchdowns this year running with the football in his hand. So I mean, I don't think he needs to have 4,000 yards. He definitely can get it, but I don't think he needs to have that number. Eagle says Joey shakes baby Paul. What's going on, man? Joe, I agree with you on Devontae Smith. So I said, totally honored that J-Jaw did not get enough plays to prove himself. Do you think so? Dude, he's not good. He's not fast. His route running's not great. No. It's not good at all. Shuk says Bengals are historically cheap on Bates, so could definitely get traded. Thomas says, besides Slade, JB, and Max, what 2-3 corners do you think make the 53? I could probably say Tay Gowan, maybe Mario Goodrich, maybe. I mean, two guys maybe I'm excited to see right there. If no serious injuries occur, I don't see a scenario where the Eagles – oh, yeah, obviously you're going to have Jimmy Moreland here. Jimmy Moreland might already made the team just because he's got a lot of starting experience as it is. So if not serious injuries occur, I see a scenario where the Eagles don't return to the playoffs this year. I think that's what's going to stop them. Obviously, shooting themselves in the foot in football games as well. So you hit the like button. Appreciate it so much. Yeah, we have 227 in the chat. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like the stream if you haven't. Check out the memberships in the pinned comment for extra content. Check it out. Do appreciate it. Jay said, what happened to the defense tackle we drafted last year from USC, Moreland? Yeah, he's a backup, dude. He's a practice squad guy. Like, he was undersized when he got drafted from USC. Like, I didn't like that pick at all. I didn't think he was going to do much of anything. So, because hey, Joey, what do you think of AJ Brown's best asset is? I think it's when he's running in open space. I think it's contested catching. He's got strong hands. His contested catching is fantastic. He can almost catch it over anybody. I think his yak yards is really good. He's physical, getting around people. I mean, he could drag guys for extra yards. I mean, I think that's the best trait that he has. Randall Handles say, hey, Joey, you see the Sports Take Barrett Brooks said he thinks Minshew's get traded and Carson Strong will be our backup QB. He also said the kid has a cannon of an arm and has good accuracy. Thoughts? Yeah, he does, but the guy doesn't know how to climb the pocket. The guy is an old school quarterback mentality in Carson Strong. He likes to sit. He reminds me of Sam Bradford a lot. Sits in the pocket, sitting duck in the backfield. I mean, that's really it. You know what I mean? Like, I think he needs to work on his pocket climbing. His pocket awareness, and more consistent on his throws. But I think he has a cannon for the NFL 100%. But there's still a lot of issues with him. He's got bad knees. He's had past knee surgery. So this is why a lot of teams didn't go after him, obviously. Chris, what's going on, man? Let's see. Yo, Mayor, what's going on, man? Daryl Man says, what cornerback is most likely to be used as a safety on the Eagles? It could be Goodrich. It could be Josh Jobe because he's played safety before. I mean, you could use Avonte Maddox in that spot if they want to change it up. I mean, they could. I'm excited to see what they do there. Thomas says, do you like Josh Jobe? Yeah, Josh Jobe is a smaller corner, but I think they can move him to safety if they really want to. It's another guy that can move to safety. I mean, I don't think he's consistent on his coverage, but I think he's just going to get better. But he's just a little undersized for me. That's all. Ryan says Jimmy Moreland is developing his progression defense and potentially be a great defensive tackle, talent to have enough experiences. A defensive tackle? What are you talking about, defensive tackle? He ain't playing defensive tackle, dude. Hurts is not getting 4,000 yards. Yeah, no. J-Dad, Joey, what's up, my brother? Do you think will be our starting free safety, strong safety week one? I'm so proud of Eagles Nation. It's going to be Anthony Harrison and probably either Epps or it could be Maddox. They use Max as the free safety most likely. It really, depending on what we have behind. I mean, I don't know what we have in these other guys, so I can't really tell you. I mean, if I seen a lot of these other guys play, it'd probably be a cool conversation to have, but I don't know what they have right now. Mayor Slade says, dudes are clowns here talking about JJ didn't have a chance to prove himself like he wasn't a starting wide receiver in 2019 the whole season. People need to stop being delusional. Askers bum players. I agree, man. I'm not going to call anybody clowns, but I like everyone, there's people out there that think that maybe he didn't get a chance. I thought he had more than a chance. I mean, the guy had more than a chance. 2019 was the perfect year for him to at least shine, but he didn't. Chris says, Shakes, do you think our 3-4 defense will be Hargrave, Davis, Cox, or Graham, and linebacker Sweat, White, Dean, and Reddick? Yeah, I think so. I think Hargrave needs to play. Hargrave needs to play in that middle technique. In that 3-4. I mean, you could have Cox on the outside. I mean, you have the linebackers to get it done, man. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting. You'll see. We don't need a Sam Bradford type. I think he reminds me of Sam Bradford a lot, but obviously with a better arm. Mayor said people really piss me off when they know a player is horrible. They're still simping for them to get more chances to so-called prove themselves. Aaron says, I see the Eagles and the Browns going to the Super Bowl. Josh says, Max is going to have a good year. Yeah, he's been playing really well, man. David says, what up, Joey? Why don't we put Jacoby Stevens back at safety or his original position he played in college? I thought Jacoby Stevens is more of a linebacker at LSU. Am I wrong, or was he more of a safety? I mean, I know he's a hybrid safety / linebacker, but he's going to his second year, dude. He's just got to compete. I mean, we'll see through him competing. Jalen says, best undrafted free agent signing in your opinion? The best undrafted free agent signing? Oh, man. It's probably Mario Goodrich. Probably Goodrich has more of the upside. That's why, I mean, I'm trying to think. Goodrich, Carson Strong. I mean, those are good signings. I mean, they're not bad signings. I think Goodrich will be my favorite one right now. Raylan has, I agree. Why didn't we have the Liz Frank surgery and Strong leg is all pins and needles and ton of construction problems with the leg? Yeah, it kind of makes me nervous, man. But training Minshew, I can see them doing it even with Carson Strong as the backup quarterback regardless. Because I think they would like to at least try and, get Carson Strong a lot better as a backup, you know what I mean? And just, move him along with this, with this offense. So Thomas says, I really like our offseason. I think it shows Gannon is willing to adapt to be more versatile. 4-3-3-4 can move DBs all around. I love what I'm seeing. Totally agree, man. Can he get it done? That's going to be the problem. Individual says, hey guys, ready to hunt the commies. I'm ready, dude. Dale Turner said, not going to lie, it's kind of hurt to see Sidney Jones not work out here in Philly. I don't even care, dude. I haven't cared about that guy since he left. I mean, I don't even care, to be honest. Those that Hurts doesn't need 4,000 yards. Just said, what up, Joey? How about to get off work? Dude, congrats, man. I hope you have a great day, the rest of your day. Shoots Max is one of the best slot corner in the NFL. I feel like moving him to safety would hurt us more than help. Nia says, hey, Joey, how do you feel about Peter King's way too early power rankings, Eagles 9th? There's a lot to – yeah, it's great to hear that, but the Eagles got to prove it on the field, man. I don't care about hype. I really don't. I care about what they do day one when they're playing the Detroit Lions. That's all I really care about right now, how they're going to look when they play Detroit and, staying healthy. There's so much that goes into it. That's why I hate these – that's why I hate I hate schedule reviews. I can't stand going over the schedule. I mean, it's exciting to see your opponents, but going over it and being biased, and it's just unfair and just it's non-realistic to me, but I understand the fun in it. Right now, the Eagles are going to run a 3-4-3 front by letting the ends eat and our linebackers blitz. That's what I'm hoping, bro. Do you think Gannon will stop playing the cornerbacks 30 yards back? Yeah, that's what I said earlier in the stream. I hope they move. I hope they move these guys. More press coverage. You have an upgrade in James Bradbury now, so there should be no excuse for it. Webbett says, do you think we win multiple Super Bowls if we never let go of Andy Reid? Probably not, just because I think he was one of those coaches where it was just long overdue. That I think it was the last time he left, it was like they won like 4 or 5 games that year. I mean, it was a bad year. So I think it's just one of those things where Reid has been way too long, and just needs more of a different culture, needs to go to a different team. I don't think so. Sean says, will Jake Elliott have a better career than David Akers when it's all said and done? Yeah, hopefully. He had a really good year last year. Mr. said, being paper champs is lit. Tiab says, would you have been nice to have Foles' presence in the locker room? I don't even care, dude, if Foles was here or not. At this point, I want to move on. I don't even care about having Foles here. Yeah, Foles did a lot for us. He won a Super Bowl for us. I mean, he's always been one of my favorite quarterbacks, even when Chip Kelly had him. You know what I mean? So it's just, I don't even really think about it too much because I want, this is a new era for Philadelphia right now. I'm done with the past. I'm up for the new. I'm just up for the new with Philadelphia, and that's it. With new players coming in and this new Nick Sirianni era, this new Howie Roseman era, I should say too. So, Alexander says, "Sup, Joey, entertaining me at work. Appreciate it. No problem, man." Here's the quarterback from Boston, Philly, Jorgovich, that's coming out next year, is going to be a superstar. Daryl said, I think Gann will be a head coach next season if he gets the defensive play. Hey, we might lose Gann next year. Who knows? Why are people bringing up old and trash players? It always says, why did Eagles send Strong that rookie jersey photo shoot? Howie Vision, probably. Yeah, I saw that. Chuck says, are they going to bring a punter in for competition? For Aaron Sipos, I would hope so, because Aaron Sipos is horrible. Chris says, Dallas was 15th ranked. That's crazy, though. GG, what's going on, man? Chris says, we need to get it done. The Art says, I'm about to get off work, too, Joey. You help the long afternoon go by. Thank you, as always. I'm here every day, bro. I'm here for you. Diop says, need Johnny Depp on the roster. Leon says, you have no excuse not to play man-to-man. Yeah, you don't. You really don't. This soft zone coverage, we're afraid. You're making our defense look so passive and so we look scared. I mean, we look really scared. We're not giving up the big play, but you're letting these receivers and tight ends coming off the line for big chunk yards for first downs. I mean, they'd rather waste more time and have guys get more yards than give up a big play for a touchdown. I understand it, but you got no excuse this year. I mean, you got no excuse. We need Bates or Clark. Charlie says, our defense sucked after Jimmy Johnson passed. Reid struggled to find his replacement and went downhill quickly. Joe said, I agree with you on Foles. Mirror Sheriff said, we need Master Bates and private parts. Joe said, we need a new punter, definitely. Yeah, Sipos is horrible. Sean says, no, it would have been nice to have Foles in the locker room that would have started another QB. Yeah, I think not within the organization. It would have been a huge thing with this damn fan base because this fan base pisses me off. Because as soon as Jalen Hurts throws a pick or he loses a couple games or we're 1-3, the first, 4 games, they're going to want Jalen Hurts' head. Us fans are going to want his head. And that's just what it is. Pause. But you know what I mean? Shug says, how would you feel about defense if Jim Johnson was still coaching it? Our defense wouldn't be a bunch of little bitches. Regardless of what we have, we'd still be aggressive, and that's just the truth. We'd just be an aggressive, fearless defense, no matter what we have on this team. That's the problem with Gannon. Gannon was so cautious, and he was a second half defense all year. Just crazy. Chris got JG will play man zone coverage schemes. It will depend on what teams are playing. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Mr. MC is wide open. You said, thanks for the service. Oh, yeah, thank you for your service, though, anywhere, Alexander. Marissa, what's up? Showing off. Jordan said, let's talk about needing a punter. Yeah, Aaron Sipos, trash. Got to get out of here. John said, who's the one player you would be surprised that may make the team? What player surprised that don't make the team? Let's see here. Surprised. I think Kenny Brooks would be a big one for me because I think as the only bruiser back, and I think we'll get you 4 to 5 yards of carry. I think he'd be a surprise of not making it. Goodrich would be a surprise because he's making a lot of money, obviously. They gave him a lot of undrafted money. He would be a surprise. I don't know who else, actually. Davion Taylor, maybe. Davion Taylor might not make it. Can he stay healthy? It's another thing with him. He's going to be the same, We'll see. Ron says, what's good, Joey? What work is always better when Joey is on the stream? I appreciate it so much, man. All right, so I think Gann's soft coverage is the reason why we didn't have a lot of sacks last year. QBs can throw in their first read every time, only if it doesn't give the D enough time to hit the QB. Yeah. And he didn't make adjustments until the second half of almost every damn game. I mean, it's crazy. Baron, what's going on, man? What's going on, bro? Mitch says, I wish we drafted punt God from San Diego State. Kylie Smith says, Joey, I say start Bradbury, Slay, and Moreland and nickel and have Epps and Maddox. That's not that bad. Brad says, when he was playing 15 yards off from Tom, I was done with Gannon. Joe said, with football becoming more like basketball, like emphasis on defense, more emphasis on scoring. I totally agree with that. Sean says, Reid Blankenship looks like a player. I hope he can make that transition from college to the pros if he's a ball. If so, he's a baller. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I did some tape on him on the memberships. Joe said, we need to bring back that bald redhead from Texans to punt for us. Joe says, work is always better with Joey on the job. Appreciate so much, man. Everybody's working, man. I'm not working right now, but everybody else is working. I appreciate everybody jumping in the stream. Baron says, Jason Huntley deserves a shot at kick return. He could. He could get his shot. He could get his shot. We will see. Maria says, TJ will be starting Mike. Chris Scott says, Gann was the main problem. We didn't have a lot of sacks. Our D-line has no time to hit the QB. 2020, we had 48 sacks. Blue Pill says, plug in Philly 500 at QB. And we're set, and we're ready to go. You put Philly 500 at QB, we're ready to go. Alexander, thanks. What 2023 free agent you think Eagles should have their eyes on? Who's the safety from the Chargers? He's a free agent next year. That's one guy. The safety, I keep forgetting his damn name. Oh, my God. The safety from the Chargers next year. What's his name? He's going to be a free agent. That's like my number one guy next year in free agency next year. Somebody help me out. Shug says Adderley or Derwin James? Derwin James, yes. Thank you, Brad, showing up. Cameron Holmes, Bird's Eye View, Brad, thank you for that. Yeah, Derwin James is a free agent next year. Sounds good to me. The most courageous evidence of Gann not changing the scheme was that Chargers game. Yeah, I think the offense started to change in that game. That was the second half of that game. I think that's when the offense really started to change, the second half of that game. You know, we started going in a different direction that game. DeArt says, I agree. Once your stream is over, so it worked. Thank you. Jay says, fast I can get 50 and 20 yards on Gann soft coverage. Ray says, okay, guys, smash the like button for our man, Joe. I appreciate it so much, man. Maria says, what Covey? I want Covey on returns, man. I totally agree. Cameron says, Philly 500 is a dual threat QB, man. He is. You know he is. So the reason teams put less into defense because of the rules, your talent doesn't equal the amount of pay defensive players because they are handcuffed by the rules. I think defense wins you games. I think defense puts you in a good position to win football games, but at the same time, you need a capable defense to kind of complement your offense. Like you need something that's average or above that. And the Eagles were definitely below average last year on every aspect of the damn ball last year. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Bird's Eye View says, don't they extend Miles Sanders if he breaks 1,000 yards or move on anyway? I think they move on. A lot of people think he's going to take a pay cut. I don't think he's going to. I don't think he's going to take a pay cut at all. I mean, that's just me, though. We're not getting Derwin. Hey, we might. We said we weren't going to get A.J. Brown, and everybody was bitching at me about them Jalen Hurts and him working out, and people said were attacking me because of that. And look what happened. You never know. Reid said, Big Joe, I'm thinking 12-5. How do you feel about that? I think 13. I think they go 13. I think they get 13 wins. Brandon said, Minka or Derwin James. I take either or, dude. I take either or. Be honest. I like Minka a lot, though. He will have a new deal. He won't be available, though. Timmy Slim Jimmy says, hey, Joey, team is looking great. Also, don't sleep on Reid Blankenship. That safety guy looks like he could be at very least a good special teamer. Hey, we'll see, man. Cameron says, Chargers ain't letting him go nowhere. Hey, you never know. Mr. Lamar Jackson's a free agent next year. Yep, I saw that. Judge said, wish he got a solid safety earlier so we would have to worry. Well, then we wouldn't have had. Well, yeah, I mean, but then we wouldn't have had other positions. You know, if they didn't go after safety. I mean, they tried going after safety. They tried getting Marcus Williams. They couldn't fit that. I understand people are going to say, well, they could have drafted Kyle Hamilton, but I think Jordan Davis is going to be a better player than Kyle Hamilton. I think Kyle Hamilton is going to be good, but I think Jordan Davis is going to be just a force to be reckoned with in the future of the Philadelphia Eagles defensive line. So we'll see. Bird's Eye View, if Hurts does good, we can draft a safety and edge rusher. I think you're drafting edge rusher first. I think you're drafting edge rusher first pick next year. Brandon Graham's on the last year of his contract. Derek Barnett has a voided contract for next year, so depending if they get rid of him or not, You have Josh Sweat, Teron Jackson. You have Kyron Johnson from the 6th-round pick from Kansas from the draft. So we'll see. The art says Derman would be an awesome pickup. Reese says Eagles looking better and better each and every week. I totally agree. Harbor says Philly 500 to be the greatest linebacker of all time. Shoots to Philly 500 will be ahead of PR for the Eagles. Reese Scott says Sanders a bum to stay hurt all the time. The art says James and pro safety. Reese says currently we have more defense than 49ers last year, and Jalen Hurts is better than Jimmy Garoppolo. Dave says Joey bro got to bug out. Drive home. Have a good night. Stay safe. Yo, I hope you have a good day, Dave. Have a good day, Dave. Susan says, and our defense gets us 3 and out, we will get more wins. Chris Scott says, M. Sanders will sign with the team next season, $8 million a year. Yo, BLSG, what's going on, man? The art says, I mean, he's an all-pro safety. Bird's eye view, so I don't think Miles Sanders' body of work justifies a big contract, even if he breaks 1,000. So you think even him breaking 1,000 is not really going to for 1 year? I think part of it is the coaching's fault. 2019, Miles Sanders was held back. 2020, Miles Sanders was 2020. I think the past 3 seasons before last year, he was held back for a few years because remember we didn't run the ball. Even last year, I think we held him back too. I mean, we didn't run the ball, Miles Sanders, a lot. I mean, really didn't run him a lot. 2020 and 21 were pretty bad years for Miles. I mean, the injuries came in last year, but at the same time, they barely ran the ball with him all year in 2020. So Joe said the rules of steward of the offense that many defensive ends in the NFL have more roughing the passer penalties than they do sack. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Mitch says, why doesn't cap exist for good teams, but they exist for lower tier teams? Prediction for receiving yards for Brown Smith. They're both over 1,000 yards. Boom, book it, over 1,000 yards each. Brandon's very excited about the D-line, Davis, Williams, Reddick, and Dean. Justin says, we could trade for a young safety next year. Don't forget, we have that 2024 second-round pick from the Saints. Yeah, 2 second rounds in 24. Charlie says, I think Hurts works out. We draft a right tackle next year and put him at right guard. We draft a right tackle next year and put him at right guard. Who put at right guard? You talking about? The art says, not realistic to have a Pro Bowler at each position. Come on, everyone. Sean says, are you looking doing the 53-man prediction? I will definitely do a 53-man prediction. The problem is we haven't been through OTAs, training camp, and all that stuff yet. So, I mean, that's kind of what I'm waiting for right now. So we'll see. Shug says the problem with Sanders is the fumbling. Maria says Sanders had 2 fumbles last year. Yeah, and he's got to stay healthy, man. He's got to stay healthy. I mean, that's just the truth to it all. I mean, it sucked. I mean, not only was he not healthy, but he wasn't healthy. And then when the playoff game came against Tampa, he was almost out 3 weeks, and they gave him all the snaps. I mean, they didn't even incorporate him in slowly at least. I mean, they just gave him all the snaps. Yeah, you had Levante David and Devin White literally waiting for that read option. They were sitting in front of Jalen Hurts and Miles Sanders the whole time in the backfield, just waiting for what's going to happen. You know, it was just horrible, man. It was really bad. Diana says, how many touchdowns do you think Brown Smith get? Oh, man, that's a toughie. I think Brown has 9 touchdowns for the year. I think Devontae has 11 to 12 for the year. I think they're both going to have monster years. If Hurts is accurate and Hurts' anticipation on throws is great, throwing through short windows and goes through his progressions and becomes more of a pocket guy, I think you're going to have 2 guys with a lot of touchdowns this year. Isn't it 55? Yeah, it's 55. Yeah. No, I think it's 56. I think it's 3 spots, right? 3 spots? I think the Eagles are going to keep – I mean, that's going to help us so much. Thank God. So we've always had issues with, like, you know, I'm hoping like this. Watch what happens. Watching OTAs in training camp, the Eagles are going to – a lot of guys are going to play really well, like a lot of guys. And we're going to be like, oh, thank God we have 3 extra spots, but we're going to need more spots. But we'll see, man. I'm glad we have 3 extra spots available with the new rules now. So Baron Vaughn said, realistically, how much longer does Lane Johnson play for? I don't know. I mean, his ankle's got to hold up. That's number 1 with him, but we'll see, though. Joe says availability and the main problem. Yeah, that's the main problem. Mir Seraban says, is King Henry available for trade? I don't think so. He got a new contract, I think so. Alexander said, David Johnson, free agent pickup for depth. Thoughts? They could. I mean, I don't know. I mean, look, I'd just bring in as many bodies to positions as possible. Safety, corner, even more at linebacker. I'd bring in more bodies if they want. Jones is better year between Dean and Davis. I think Davis will have a really good year. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough one. Davis is in the second line. I mean, maybe Dean will have a better year because I think Dean will have over 100 tackles this year. He'll have 7 to 8 sacks this year. I think he will. Judge, they're going to have to get running back next year. Scott and Sanders both have 1 year left on their contracts. Yeah, Scott's a free. Yeah, Scott has 1 year left, and Sanders on a contract year this year. Leon Gohard says, our offense was too predictable last year. We need to switch it up. Yeah, we need to expand the playbook, more play action, stop with the read option and RPOs, and stop running with Jalen Hurts with the football in his hands and making it obvious every damn game because you do it all the time. To the point where you need this guy healthy. So, Jerome Couch says, I ain't going to lie. You're looking scary for real, man. Let's see if Hurts delivers. Panthers Nation, keep on. I appreciate it so much, Jerome. Yeah, it's really up to him, man. It's really up to him at the end of the day. I don't know what's going to happen, but really up to him. By the way, what's good, Joey? Watch the undrafted free agent running back from Oklahoma be our number 1 by the end of the year. I think he's going to be really good. I like Kennedy Brooks a lot. I do. I think he runs between the tackles really well. He's physical. He's patient, and he has really – and what takes him further than what he is, he has a really good vision. Check out Kennedy Brooks' highlights, man. He's got fantastic vision. Really good. Just to keep extra corners or linebackers. I would keep extra corners. We need more corners. We need to see what we have behind Bradbury, Vontae Maddox, and Slay right now. With Slay having 1 more year left on his contract, and with Bradbury just having a 1 year deal right now. Ron says, I'm so against moving on from Sanders. It's not even funny, especially if he breaks 1,000 yards. Makes no sense to me to move on from the O-line. Like what? Adolfo says, I think the way the pace Sanders is based off his playoff performance, we are a playoff team who shows up on the next slower tempo level. BLG said, guys, rely on Alex Samal to play right guard. We don't have Brandon Brooks anymore due to retirement. Samal is just 28 years old. He's still young. No, he is still young, but I think Cam Jurgens is going to try to compete for that right guard spot. I think that's what's going to happen. Like he's going to try to compete for that spot. So we'll see. Because I think they're going to give Cam Jurgens playing time this year. DeArt says, Smith 11, 10 touchdowns. Book it. Damn. Double-digit touchdowns, dude. Be great. Timmy Slim said defense will make a massive difference how people view Hurts. In my opinion, we lost more games because we made every QB look like prime Montana. I totally agree with that, as opposed to Hurts being a sole reason we lost. I know, I totally agree with that. I definitely, it's part, the defense is definitely part of these games as well. I mean, Derek Carr was 31 for 34. I mean, it's ridiculous. Herbert had 91 completion percentage against us. I mean, that's 91%. I mean, even Zach Wilson against the Jets. I mean, they finally opened their eyes in the second half, but like most games they did, but they gave too many quarterbacks way too much respect, man. I mean, you got to take a shot. You got to take a shot. And if they don't even try to blitz this year, I mean, then why did you pick up these guys at linebacker? I mean, what's the point? Judden says, no way Titans trade their whole offense. Barrett says, I think Dean will have a better rookie year than Davis will be better in the long term. Joe said, let's be honest. The NFL looks at the first 4 weeks of the season as their preseason. I believe that's the new norm. Yeah, I mean, the first game for me is always a toss-up game. Who's ready to play? The first game is, it's going to be easy to say who wins, who loses, but who's ready to play? The first game is always a coin flip for me. Jason, I think Dean starts. He wins rookie of the year. Damn. He won't. Justin says we should draft the corner high next year if we don't resign Slay or Bradbury. Well, Slay's here next year. So, Garrett says Jarvis Landry going to dust the crap out of Darius Slay and Chris Olave about the torch max. Oh my God, Mr. Eagles always find a great O and D lineman. Shrug says right guard worries me more than safety. I don't think so. I mean, I think Driscoll's a solid safety. I don't think he's the guy at that position, but I think he's solid. I think Driscoll will be the future right tackle of this team. He plays tackle a lot better than guard, but he plays both positions very well. Ray said Jurgens would be 4th on the depth chart at right guard. Shows that I want Steichen gone. He could end up in Nick Sirianni's downfall. Barron said, I wish we had cut Herbig. Yeah. Well, I think the reason why we had a second round RFA tender on him. We tried trading him during the draft. Nobody bid on it. Howie was going to make a lot more moves for him, man. Howie was going to be more aggressive and make a lot of moves with Herbig to get traded during the draft for a second round pick. That would have been great. I think we tried to get a day 2 pick in that draft. I think that's what we tried to do. But I mean, even though Herbig does start for another team like the Jets right now with Joe Douglas being there, I think the reason for Herbig being moved was, and he's 23, which is nuts. I think they could have at least tried to do something with him. But with the tender on him now, if nobody was biting for him, so the thing is, if no one's biting to get a trade for him, they ended up releasing him. So that's what happened with him. So as of right now, I think the reason behind Herbig being released is because they want Cam Jurgens to compete for right guard. I think that's what for at least for this year. And with Alex Samalo in the building as well. So, Philly Swag, what's going on, Joey? Rank the coaches in the NFC East in your honest opinion. Oh, man. McCarthy is probably ranked the fourth, probably the last. The bowl is going to be – I think the bowl is like the second best. I would say the bowl is – I think the bowl is 1, Sirianni 2. I think Rivera's 3, and I think McCarthy's going to be 4. I think because Brian DeBoer has done really well with the Bills, and he's a quarterback-friendly coach, and I think they have the Giants have a really good coaching staff right now. I think Brian DeBoer, just as in just the amount of work he's done with Buffalo and what he's done with those offenses over there. I think he's done a good job. So. Words I've used, I lost $20 because I know the Eagles were going to move up to get Jermaine Johnson, but the Jets made a fantastic move for, what was he, 26? What pick was he? I forgot what pick Jermaine Johnson was, but man, they got him at a really good value. I think that was a perfect pick for them. George said, who starts, Dean or Edwards? Oh, Dean, 100%. I think both of them can, to be honest with you, depending if Kaiser White is better than TJ Edwards. I think he is when it comes to coverage, but Jay says, I don't think Smith or Brown gets double-digit touchdowns. That really depends on Hurts. No, it does, man. We're just speculating right now. He'll say, is Graham going to be ready to go week 1? That dude is a leader, man. No, apparently he's going – Jonathan Gannon at his press conference pretty much said, like, he needs to slow down a little bit. He needs to slow down because he's going like 100% too early in the offseason. So, BG is just high energy, and I love him for that. So, he'll be ready. Garrett said, my Saints receiving core going to stomp the Eagles defensive backs. I know. You tell me every day. BLG, I think Jurgens stays behind Kelsey and learns from him and gets coached by Upstalin. Ron said, I'm calling it. Quez starts in the slot. He'll make his first Pro Bowl. Quez is going to have a field day with cornerback 3s. I totally agree with that. Being a Pro Bowl, I don't know, but look what he did and how much he got open on the outside. Now going on the inside with having A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Oh, my God, he's going to have a good year. I think he's going to have a fantastic year. Marina says, Edwards is starting Mike. Dion says, do you think Smith and Goddard make Pro Bowl this season? Goddard, I could see it. Smith should for what he has on the field now, and and hopefully they throw to him a lot. Hopefully, it's good. The ball's gonna be shared around a little bit, but I'm hoping so. Bird's eye view. I think Brandon Graham will have the best year yet. He's still hungry. I totally agree. Benjamin said, what's good? Shake money. Can't wait for the season to start. I know. 3 months, man. 3 months. Mitch says, watch Brandon Graham get 15 sacks at age 34. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to do. I don't know if he's going to go into double-digit sacks, but I think he's going to be very disruptive. Brandon Graham is a gem. Philly Swag, this is going to be fun this year. Vibes are crazy. Joe said, we're not losing to the Saints. Maria says, Jurgens is smaller than Kelsey, too small to play guard. Mitch says, Goddard should be 8 to 5, 950-yard guy this year. He should, yeah, he should. A lot of drops for him, though. A lot of drops. He's been dropping some crucial catches, too. And some of them have been thrown pretty badly, too. So I think we're playing a lot of 3-4 this season with all the linebackers we have. Our grades are concerned about defensive end depth, banking on Graham being healthy. Otherwise, it's just Sweat, Barnett, Jack. Yeah. Kyron Johnson, look out for him. He's a 6th-round pick from Kansas. I really like Kyron Johnson. He's got a nice, quick first step. Pretty physical. So, that's why I think they have to go after a pass rusher in the first round next year, because I was all into trying to get Jadeveon Clowney here as well for depth, so which it didn't happen. Joe's 110 days till the season starts. Benjamin says Devontae Smith 1,000 yards this year. He better. Well, he's got to have 1,000 yards. He's got to. Javier says, what's your win-loss projection? I have him winning 13 games, but that's in a perfect world, though. No injuries, Hurts playing well, this defense being top tier, us being the number 1 rushing offense, plus having the weapons that we have to score 30 points a game. It'd be perfect. Barron says Milton Williams can probably play defensive end. Marina says Eagles will not have a rookie star except for special teams. A.J. Brown, 1,200 yards. That's a good year. I can't believe we have A.J. Brown. I can't believe we have A.J. Brown. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. So I like the Moreland signing, decent backup to Max and actual threat and dime packages. No, I totally agree with that, man. Like Jimmy Moreland is probably I think when it comes to starting experience, probably the most experienced backup we have in that corner room right now. 100% out of everybody right now. Jimmy Moreland is the most experienced guy. I thought through the waiver wire and the Eagles ended up getting him. I thought that was a really good signing. I thought it was great. I think it's a really good signing for us. The NFL is an 18-week soap opera, drama every 3 weeks. The plot changes. I totally agree. Dro Joint said, last time I checked, Hurts own the Saints. They have no coach in their QB steals crabs. Benjamin says, I think 30 points a game win most GMs this season. Khalil Smith said, I see Kelsey resigning. If he comes close to Super Bowl run, watch when I say. By the way, says, Cameron, you say the same things every day. Stop being pathetic. Go get a job and stop asking mom for a ride. I don't see the logic of Derek Barnett signing. So what if he knows the defense? He sucks. What did he do to get another contract? It just made Howie Roseman look better. He signed a guy off his rookie deal, and he signed him again. It makes him look better because he's signing guys to their second contracts. I know it sounds stupid, but it is the truth in some regard. Jordan says Slay will lock up Olave. Brand Peck says, is there anything I have missed? I watched James Bradbury press. Did James Bradbury have his press today or no? Did he have his press? I don't know if he did. I'm trying to figure out if he did or not. Mitch says 11-6. My projection is split all division games and lose to Green Bay, Minnesota, and Arizona. Justin says yes, he did. Well, dude, I'm excited to see what they do against these top, like the Colts, Tennessee, Green Bay. Like those 3 games are going to be tough. I think that stretch is going to be. That's probably the hardest part of our schedule at a stretch of games. And just think about it like this. You have a bye week 7, and then 9 and 10 or whatever it is. You have the Thursday night against Houston, then you have the Sunday night against the Monday night against the Commanders. So you have 10 days. You have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You have 10 days. If guys are injured, you have 10 days. You have actually more than a week and a half to get guys prepared, get guys off injury. Or I think it's like a little mini bye for the Eagles as well, which I really do like. So I think that's a good one. Let's see here. Yes, he did. Yes. Along with Scott and Sweat, I think. JoJo says Jerry Jones spends money at Epstein Island. She said, I don't mind having Barnett for depth, just not as a starter. Brandon Peck says Gann has this. Gann had his too. Let's see. Ronnie Lister says, I am hoping Goodrich and Job get on the field and spots on the team really like both players. Tim Slimmy Jimmy says Brown, 1,250 yards, 10 touchdowns. Smith, 1,105 yards, 9 touchdowns. Goddard, 890 yards, 6 touchdowns. Watkins, 690 yards and 4 touchdowns. Gainwell, 480 yards, 3 touchdowns. Pascal, 433. Ward, 292 touchdowns. A very productive core for the year, man. I like it, though. Harvey said, I can appreciate the small time off. It can really help us out in a big way. Just how many undrafted free agents make the team? I don't know. I could see maybe 2 making the team, maybe 3, maybe 2 or 3, maybe 1 for special teams and 2 are going to be potential backups. Grady says, oh, no, another elementary school shooting. Oh, boy. I think I'm going to the home opener this year. Philip Van D says, wow, that's a lot of years and touchdowns. Yards and touchdowns. Yeah, dude. That'd be a fantastic year for the Eagles. That'd be a great year. I hope they're that productive, man. Yeah, no problem. D Hart, you enjoy your day, man. Offense, he said, wow, a lot of yards, touchdowns from Hurts. I would love it. Benjamin says we got to sign Covey. Yeah, we do, man. I think Covey is definitely a guy that's going to help us tremendously on. I mean, I'm not even. There's 18 and a half minutes of highlights of Britton Covey on friggin' special teams. I mean, I've never seen that before. I mean, like 18 minutes of tape on special teams. I mean, this guy could be he could be like the Mac Hollins role of the offense in 17. I mean, he's a lot faster than Mac Hollins, but I'm just saying he can get in and be that gadget type receiver for slants or go routes or use them on end arounds, jet sweeps, screen passes. I mean, they could do so much with Britton Covey if they really want. Judd says so. So Timmy has Hurts throwing over 4,000 or just under 4,000. Judd said we need some short fields at times. Ronnie says Hurts makes Pro Bowl this year. Cameron says Commanders got the Colts in their schedule. And so there's always an injury or something happening. So I got us having 11 wins in winning division. Just as Covey and Goodrich will make the team, I think. Maybe Job if he plays safety. But I think they could make some of the new corners, hybrid safeties like Job and from Florida. He's physical and has speed to cover each side and support. Juke says, I hate when people call us the worst division when AFC South has the Jags and Texans. Chris says, undrafted free agents who make the team will be Covey and Goodrich. Job will make the practice squad. Gravy says Saints under or over 9 wins. Oh, under. Under. They're not even getting to 9 wins. No. I don't even care if they have Landry Olave and Michael Thomas. I don't even care. I mean, Jameson Winston, it's really going to be up to him to get it done. You know what I mean? I don't have any. I mean, look, I hope they lose as many games as possible. As many games as possible. Yeah, maybe 8. You're probably right. We got 174. We're over an hour already in the stream. We got over 174 people in the chat. Much love to everybody. If you guys haven't subscribe to the channel. If you guys haven't liked the stream, please like the stream. If you guys haven't checked out the memberships in the pinned comment for extra content, definitely check that out as well. We're going to be streaming every day. We're getting towards the dead months soon. June and July are going to be dead months for content and, not content, but at least for football news in general because it's a big waiting period for the Eagles. So we're going to be doing a lot of things when it comes to, we're going to be doing some call-ins. We're going to be doing some, call-ins from subscribers. We're going to do call-ins for content creators, stuff like that. Stuff like that. So definitely going to be doing some more things. Susan says Saints were not a good team until they got Peyton and Breeze. Bird's Eye View says Derek Barnett, Rager, JJ should try out for semi-pro. We should trade them to Canada. Timmy Slim Jimmy says Covey is going to make a roster, put him in Gainwell in the backfield, fake a screen pass to Gainwell, roll Covey out to the opposite side of the field and throw the pass to him instant 20 yards. Yeah, I think if you get him in open space, I think you're going to have some easy first downs. I mean, easily. So, BioLife says Seamus Winston will throw tons of picks just like he always does. Shu said, imagine if we make the playoffs and the Saints give us a top 5 pick. Yeah, that'd be great. Chris says Saints will be under 9 wins. Shakes can Barnett get cut? After this year, he can. Yeah. He could be. He has a voided contract for next year, so they could cut him after this year, and they won't be in for any money for him. Ryan says, this offseason, Eagles sign everybody but me. Judd says, JJ shouldn't make the team out. Rager should be traded. I totally agree. Brand says, Eagles OTAs are May 31st. Yeah. May 31st. So we got to, we'll see. Vaughn said, just seen Gann interview. He basically said he's going to use the same defense he did last year. Curtis says, if Rager or Covey isn't returning kicks, who would? Can A.J. Brown? No, I wouldn't put A.J. Brown in anything. We need A.J. Brown as healthy and non-tired as possible for offense, and that's it. I'm not putting A.J. Brown in anything else. To risk him getting injured and taking a shot? No. I am not interested in that whatsoever. Last season 14-3. Last season's last season, bro. It doesn't matter. Last season don't matter anymore, especially for the Eagles, because now it's time. It's time to show what we have. Timmy says Rager is going to be dropping passes from Manziel and the Fran-controlled football league by October. Yeah, dude, I feel like Rager's going to be traded before training camp. I think that's what's going to happen. I mean, that's definitely my take on it right now. I'm hoping, look, I'm kind of done. Like, you usually give these receivers 3 years, but man, this guy's mentality is probably the worst I've ever seen between a player in my life. At least I can give props to Nelson Aguilar that has had 2 mediocre seasons and played well for a Super Bowl year. You know, at least like he showed me something. This guy's not showing me anything right now. Judden says Huntley could do kickoffs better than a Rager. Oh, I mean, Devon Allen too. They signed him for 3 years. I feel like Devon Allen's going to be our punt returner. I feel like that guy's going to be our punt returner. I think that's what's going to happen because not only is Rager, they add Wheatfall, they add Josh Hammond. I mean, even if they're practice squad or depth guys, I mean, I don't even care. Or guys are going to get cut at receiver. They added so many bodies at receiver at this point. It's like Rager's got nowhere to run. I mean, he's got nowhere to hide now. He can't hide in the background and act like he's going to be here because I don't think he's going to be. Rager, he can't play special teams. There's no room for him on special teams. They literally just they brought in 2 guys that could play special teams, Devon Allen and Britton Covey. I mean, they brought in 2 guys that can get it done. I just don't think it's going to happen. Or guys says magic. We keep Rager on punt returns. Judden says, can Howie pull some magic off again? Somehow get a 4th round pick for Rager. Hey, look, if they get a 4th round pick, it's a steal. Choosing McDonald's called. They want Rager back from his break. Chris says Rager and JJ need to change the scenery. Bird's eye view says, Joey, did you see when AJ Brown got into it with Jalen Ramsey? I'm excited to have a beast of a receiver. I know too. I'm excited, man. I'm pumped for it, man. I really am. Joseph says Philly 500 can return kicks better. I totally agree, bro. I totally agree. But other than that, guys, we'll go for another couple minutes. We should have, I don't know, depending on how I'm going to split these videos up, I might do a couple today, some fun ones today. For tomorrow, I might have like 2-3 videos to make. I have like 2-3 videos already kind of made right now for tomorrow, the next day. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I should have some content out by tomorrow. Tomorrow early morning, probably like 4 or 5 in the morning, 4 a.m., 5 a.m., something like that. So we'll see. We'll see. Appreciate it, Scott, so much, man. Yeah, dude, we'll have another stream tomorrow. And that's it. And we're gonna get prepared, we're gonna get ready. And that's it. I'll have a couple rants probably by tomorrow. There'll be some stuff coming out by tomorrow. We'll see. Depending on I'm splitting these videos up, I don't know. If guys haven't checked out the memberships as well, we're gonna be adding more membership. I haven't added a membership video probably in a few days, probably a little bit longer than that. I've been busy doing other things, but I'm gonna have some extra content on there as well of random stuff, some other stuff. So definitely going to check that out when you guys get a chance. Definitely get a membership if you guys haven't. Extra content. It's just for support and really extra content. Doesn't matter what tier you get. But we have 158 still in the chat. And you guys haven't subscribed. Check out some of the videos. Live streams. Been live streaming every single day pretty much. Next month is going to be vacation month. So I'll be gone for a week next month sometime. I think the week of my birthday, I'll be gone. But I'll be back, obviously. Anything breaks that week, I'll be back for anything. So other than that, guys, pretty much it. You guys have a fantastic day. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll have a few videos out. We'll be ready to go for tomorrow. So definitely check it out. Some rants and some laughter. There's some laughter in there too. So it's gonna be fun. And that's it. So guys, you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Remember, Shake Squad up, follow slide. Peace out, guys. You guys enjoy your day. Peace out.